in Philadelphia. It turned out Carson Wentz wasn't good enough, nor was Doug Pederson, nor was a lot of guys who had been on the roster since they won the Super Bowl 3 years ago. There is a long article in The Athletic, and when I say long, it's long. And I apologize that I just don't have it in me to read all of these long-ass articles. I'm sorry. I still believe you should get a T-shirt if you can prove that you read one of these things start to finish. And I would submit to you that not many T-shirts would have to be made, because I doubt that even the members of the media who shout from on high what a great thing it is that this long article was written, they don't read all of it either, Charean. Sorry. Just a rant that I have to.
Can I admit I didn't read all of it?
How can anyone, at a certain point, here's what happens. You start reading with every intent. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. And then after about 5 or 6 paragraphs, it's scroll, look for something that jumps off the page. Isn't that what we all do? Isn't that what we do? So why write a long-ass article like that? What am I missing?
I like to write them. You just don't have enough time to read them, Mike. I agree with you. You don't have time enough to read them. You don't. Nobody does.
Yeah, I mean, it's in this day and age, the way things are moving, especially if you're in the business, you don't have time to shut your workday down for 45 minutes and study a long article. I appreciate the effort. I am being critical. I'm being critical of the whole mindset. Like it's, oh, this is a good thing. It's not a good thing anymore. Maybe it was a good thing years ago when they actually printed things on paper and people waited to get Sports Illustrated, and it was actually more than a 5-page pamphlet, the thing that came to your house. Maybe it was a good thing then when we had nothing better to do. We didn't have phones, right? We had 4 channels on the TV, but it takes too much time. No one is savoring the poetry of sports writing anymore. I'm sorry. They're not, Charean. It's a different world. It's transactional. It's informational. Tell me what you've learned. Tell me what you've learned. And what we've learned is, shocker, there's dysfunction in Philadelphia. And there is some compelling explanation of the way that Doug Pederson allegedly, reportedly, was treated by the team, micromanaged every Tuesday, got called into the principal's office and had to explain himself away. Even when they beat the Packers on Thursday night in the 2019 season, when it was the only home loss the Packers had for a long time in the Matt LaFleur regime, had to answer a bunch of questions about that. Why aren't you passing anymore? And it's that tension between analytics and football. Analytics and football. And one of the things in there that validates one of my beliefs about the current state of the NFL, Charean, the owners and the analytics people have a tighter bond than the owners and the football people. And the analytics people have a hell of a lot more sway than we realize over the owner, the one who ultimately makes the big decisions about where the football program is going.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. And I think we've seen that. And we've seen it with a bunch of organizations. I don't know if every organization is like that, but a bunch of them have gone that way, no question. And you look even when that article talked about the 2017 season, if the Eagles had gotten off to a slow start, they were already preparing to replace Doug Pederson. And, of course, they got off to a 10-1 start and ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. So that didn't happen. But it's amazing to me how this organization has fallen apart so quickly. I mean, 2017, right? They're Super Bowl champions. They end this long run of not having a championship team over 50 years, and they win a championship, and all of a sudden this whole thing has come tumbling down, and it so much feels like they're in rebuild mode. They're 22-25-1 since that Super Bowl. And I just don't know how it went so wrong so fast, but it certainly did. I know Carson Wentz played a part in that, but it just sounds like this was a team in dysfunction even before they won the Super Bowl, Mike.
Yeah, and they got a lot to do to turn it around. And they're a team that I mentioned on Friday in an item at PFT. Still keep an eye on them as a potential Deshaun Watson destination at some point. They're the team that gave Mike Vick his second chance after his legal issues of 2007 through 2009. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying soon. I'm saying whenever, wherever the Deshaun Watson career continues, do not rule out the Philadelphia Eagles unless they have somebody better than Deshaun Watson at the time he becomes available.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.